Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the cryptic language of corporate filings to uncover the real stories behind the numbers. And today we are diving into a report from ConnectM Technology Solutions Incorporated that hints at some significant strategic moves. So ConnectM Technology Solutions Incorporated has just dropped a report detailing some pretty important corporate announcements. They've been busy reducing their convertible debt, which basically means they are cleaning up some of their financial obligations, and they've also made some strategic acquisitions. This is always a sign that a company is looking to grow and change direction. So let's see what that means for them. Now, right off the bat, they're telling us they've been working on reducing their convertible debt. Think of convertible debt like a loan that can be turned into stock later on. When a company reduces this, it often means they are improving their financial health and reducing future obligations. It's like tidying up your financial house to make it look more appealing to investors. But the really juicy part is the strategic corporate acquisitions of Amperex and GeoImpex. This tells us ConnectM isn't just sitting back, they're actively buying other companies to expand. Think of it like this, they are not just building their own toolbox, they are also buying entire workshops. This can bring in new technology, new talent, and new customers all at once. It's a bold move and signals big ambition. This part of the filing is talking about a press release. Now, press releases are usually how companies announce good news, but this filing is telling us that this specific press release, which is Exhibit 99.1, is being furnished, not filed in the traditional sense. What that means is they are providing the information, but it does not carry the same legal weight as something that is officially filed for market review under certain sections of the law. So while it contains important news, it's being presented with a bit of a disclaimer. Now, before we dive deeper into the implications of these moves, let's look at some of the basic details about the company itself. ConnectM is incorporated in Delaware, which is a common state for companies to be set up in due to its business-friendly laws. Their commission file number is 41,389, and their IRS employer identification number, a sort of tax ID for businesses, is 87 to 2,898,342. They are headquartered in Marlborough, Massachusetts. This information is standard for any company filing these types of reports. This little checkbox here tells us that ConnectM Technology Solutions Incorporated has elected to be considered an emerging growth company. This basically means they are a younger company that gets to follow some less strict reporting rules than older, more established businesses. This is pretty common for companies that are still in their growth phase. They've also indicated they will not be using the extended transition period for new accounting standards, which means they will be adopting them on the newer schedule, rather than getting extra time. This shows a commitment to staying current with financial reporting practices. And finally, the report is signed off by Bhaskar Panigrahi, who is the Chief Executive Officer of ConnectM Technology Solutions Incorporated. This is the standard procedure for these filings, essentially confirming that the company leadership has reviewed and approved the information presented. Now let's put on our investor hats and look at what these moves really mean. Reducing convertible debt is a good housekeeping item. It streamlines their balance sheet and can reduce interest expenses over time. This freed up cash that was going to debt holders can now be reinvested into the business or used for further growth, which is exactly what they seem to be doing with these acquisitions. The acquisitions of Amperex and GeoImpex are the real story here. When a company buys other businesses, it is usually to gain market share, enter new product lines, or acquire new technologies. For ConnectM, this means they are likely seeing these companies as key to their future growth strategy. For example, perhaps Amperex has a technology that ConnectM needs to offer a more complete service to its clients. Or maybe GeoImpex opens up a new geographical market for them. Without more details on what these companies do, it is hard to say specifically, but the intention is clear growth and expansion. It is also worth noting that the timing of these announcements coincides with the date of the report, the 17th of December 2025. This suggests these were either finalized or announced on that specific day, and the company is now legally obligated to report it. Now let's talk about the financial health. This particular filing is an 8K, which is a report of unscheduled material events or corporate changes. It is not a deep financial statement like a 10Q or 10. Okay, so we don't have detailed financial tables to dissect here. However, the information provided about reducing debt and acquiring companies gives us clues. If they are reducing debt, it implies they have some cash flow or resources to do so. If they are acquiring companies, it means they believe they have the financial capacity to do so, perhaps through cash reserves or by taking on new debt strategically. Looking at this trend from a Warren Buffett perspective, we want to see companies that are acquiring wisely and not overpaying. We also want to see them managing their debt prudently. By reducing convertible debt, ConnectM seems to be on the right track with debt management. The acquisitions signal a proactive approach to growth. The key question will be how well these acquisitions integrate and contribute to the company's profitability in the future. Are Amperex and GeoImpex truly synergistic with ConnectM's existing business, or are they just adding complexity? The fact that ConnectM is an emerging growth company is important. It means they are in a phase where they are building their foundation and their future trajectory is still being shaped. Acquisitions at this stage can be transformative if done right. They can accelerate growth and establish a strong market position. However, they also carry risks. Integrating new companies can be challenging, and if the acquired businesses don't perform as expected, it can negatively impact ConnectM's overall health. So to sum it up, ConnectM Technology Solutions Incorporated is making bold moves. They are cleaning up their financial house by reducing debt, and they are strategically expanding their business through acquisitions. These actions suggest a company that is focused on growth and future potential. The real test will be in the execution of these acquisitions and whether they deliver the promised value. What is your take on these strategic moves by ConnectM? Do you think these acquisitions will pay off, or are they just adding complexity? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to hit that like button to support the channel and subscribe so you don't miss our future dives into corporate filings, and don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.